Hello everyone, and thank you for choosing to learn with RS Analytics. Because a lot of our training are fast-paced, we always try to make sure that everyone is ready to start the training. And so this video is designed to ensure that you have R and RStudio installed on your personal computer prior to starting. And that's because of RS Analytics, a lot of our training programs are based off of RStudio. And so the purpose of this particular lesson is to give you an overview of RStudio, including installation instructions, and we'll also briefly describe the RStudio interface. Now, R generally is a very powerful language and environment for statistical computing and graphics. It uses command line scripting, and what that means is a lot of the data analytic work you're going to do, you'll be doing by writing scripts and commands, or what is commonly referred to as codes. It is free and open source, which is a good thing. You don't have to pay for it. You don't have to pay for annual licenses. And then also, very importantly, it includes virtually every type of data manipulation, statistical tool, and plot type. Um, Oftentimes people ask, why should I learn R and RStudio? There are several things. One of the common reasons is that currently it ranks among the top programming languages. If you look on the list there, R stands with other programming languages like Python, Java, and all of that. It has fast acceptance among researchers and scholars. And so if you're a researcher, if you're in academia, you can be sure that a lot of your colleagues are using R and they accept it. Another very important thing is there are lots of ways to get help. Great user community. If you go on LinkedIn, you have a lot of resources. If you go on meetups, you have R user groups. On Stack Overflow, cross-validated. If you Google, you will see so much resources, and so you will never stuck, even if you're not sure exactly how to figure out a problem. So these are some of the reasons why I think learning R is worth it. I should mention though that although it's versatile, but there's a steeper learning curve, especially if you're used to something like Excel or SPSS. Because this is command line scripting, the learning curve is a little steeper, but once you master it, you have a lot to benefit from using R. Now, the primary thing you have to do here is get RStudio and R installed on your personal machine. So if you're going to use it, which happens in a lot of our labs because they are hands-on, it's important that you have R installed and then also RStudio. So here I'm going to guide you through the steps that are needed for you to install R and RStudio. The first thing is install R, right? So to install R, again, I said it's free, so you just go ahead and download it. The link on this page, you can use type it on your browser in your browser, and then it opens up a page where you have the option to download the specific version for your operating system. If your computer uses Windows, you download the Windows version. If it's a Mac operating system, if it's a Linux, Ubuntu, or whatever, you just download the one that is specific to that. And then you want to select the R version installed for the first time. That doesn't mean you haven't installed it before. But if you have installed it before, then probably this is of no use to you. So you want to download the latest version because it has all of the updates. And then naturally follow the on-screen instructions to complete its installation. So this is currently the link, and by following this, typing this link in your browser, you get down, follow the instructions, and you can download R. Now, we are using RStudio for the most part because it's very versatile. The user interface of RStudio is one reason why we use it. It's very user friendly. You can do everything in R, in native R, but a lot of people find RStudio very user-friendly, which is why we use it, and we encourage you to download it. So again, just like R is free and open source, it works great on various operating systems, supports high quality graphics, and you have the ability to manage your workspace. So one thing we'll mention is you could use R without RStudio, but RStudio cannot be used without R. So you must have R installed on your personal computer before you can be able to use RStudio. So if you just install RStudio without installing R, you will not be able to use it. So that's something you want to keep in mind, because a lot of new beginners run into that problem. They install RStudio and they realize they can't do anything. So make sure you have R installed first, and then you install RStudio before you can go ahead and use RStudio. So the installation is the same. Go on the link, type the link in your browser, download RStudio that's compatible with the operating system that you have, whether it's Mac, Windows, Ubuntu, or whatever. Follow the on-screen instructions, and then you install it. Once it's installed, like most other programs, you get that prompt that is fully installed. And so at this point, you're ready to use R in the RStudio interface for a lot of your work. So if it's installed, go ahead and open RStudio. Now, when you open RStudio, this is what you will see for the first time. You see this screen. The background is usually white, but you can adjust and change this background. But importantly, what we're interested in, there are 4 quadrants, there are 4 squares, well, not exactly squares, but there are 4 quadrants that are of interest, and we'll talk about those briefly. You have this upper section here, which is where you type a lot of your scripts. You have the console, which is in the lower left quadrant. In the upper right, you have that section 2 where you have the environment and history, and then in the lower right, you have the files, plots, and all of those regions. So this is the same thing I just mentioned. You have the editor, you have the console, you have the history environment, you have the files and plots. This is what you see in the RStudio IDE, and you need to get familiar with this, because a lot of what you're going to do is here, and most of what you're going to do is in the editor. So briefly, the editor source window is the upper left quadrant, and basically that's where you're going to be doing a lot of your typing and then running your codes. And so I will demonstrate how this is done if you haven't used this before, but you type all of your code there and then you save those. And once you've typed it and saved it, you can always come back and use it, rerun the codes, or share the code with some other persons if you're collaborating on the project. And then you have your environment where your data and your functions and variables in data sets all show up. As you use this, as we begin to use this, you exactly see what this means, and it makes a lot more sense. And you also have the console. The console is where if you execute your codes in the editor, they show up here. And then so every once in a while, you could just type commands directly in the console. But of course, that's not a good practice if you're already using R and you're hoping to have your data and scripts stored for reuse and for sharing. And then finally, you have the lower right quadrant where you have your files, and then your plots also display here. You're easily able to access your files. You can preview plots and all of those other things.